Good evening and welcome to Haunted Homemaking. Now, you may be thinking that I am vaguely resembling a certain ghost with the most, and your suspicions would be correct. I'm creating this beautiful Beetlejuice-inspired ensemble from dyeing fabric, sewing this beautiful black and white striped kimono, to making this slime patterned obi. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy. As always, thank you for letting me be your haunted homemaker. And let's get started.
This soda is not going to open itself.
Oh, you should have said something.
Jeez Louise.
Kimono come in all kinds of different colors and patterns, and it's really so incredible to see all the different customizations that others come up with when it comes to their own kimono ensembles. Now, in my case, I really want to channel Beetlejuice, and I'm using a fabulous black and white striped fabric to do so. I also want to be very mindful of where the stripes sit so that they're not crooked and they match up, but I'm not going to be so saddened if things are a bit crooked. I may just credit that to the final product's whimsicality rather than a technical issue, but I am getting ahead of myself. With that being said, let's go ahead and get all of our pattern pieces cut out for our kimono. Nothing too fancy here, just cutting out the pieces from a modified kimono pattern. Matching patterns tend to have more waste than I prefer, but I found the stripes not so much. Absolutely fantastic. Lots of drafting and cutting later, we have all of our pattern pieces ready to sew. Now, when it comes to kimono, there's so much continuous fabric that you really want some good tabletop space or a floor that is not on the brink of collapsing. We really need to get that fixed. I will be right back with everything sewn together. Not much footage of sewing, as I felt it can get repetitive, but kimono patterns are one of the easiest to sew. Once you find a placement, it's really smooth sailing. Okay, quick little interruption, but I must show you my newest pincushion that I found at a thrift store. It's a little mouse. It's a little mouse sitting on a little cushion, and he has the cutest little tail and the cutest little whiskers, and I'm such a rodent person that I could not leave this behind, and I just had to show you. So cute. So cute. Now, do I need a new pincushion? Technically, no, but I do like to have multiple just laying around in different parts of my home. I don't always sew in the same area, and it's just nice to have one within reach, and this one was just so cute, I could not leave it behind, and I just had to share it with you. So, back to our regularly scheduled program. I'm sorry, I just had to show you. My kimono is all done and looming very hauntingly behind me. To accompany it, I want to provide it with a naguban. Naguban are kind of like kimono undergarments, and they are very similar in design but much lighter in material. They're used to keep the sweat and oils of your skin from really touching the kimono, because traditionally kimono can be very ornate and you don't really want to wash them unless you have to, or you're just spot cleaning to keep everything intact. Not to say that kimono are never washed. Naguban just make everything a bit easier. To really channel Beetlejuice, I want a green naguban. Unfortunately, I do not have a specific green that I want, so I will have to dye a white one that I have. Let's get our gloves put on and started. The green naguban idea was one of the last. I would usually wear a plain white one under my kimono, but I imagine the green color poking from the sleeves would be absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so happy I did it. The end product is so stunning. My naguban is finally dyed and looking very green and very wrinkly. With that to the side, we are ready to start on our obi. The obi is a large sash, usually around 12 feet long, that kind of belts everything in place and can be just as colorful and just as ornate as the kimono itself. Now, I am going to use this opportunity to kind of really add some color to my whole ensemble. So I bought this beautiful fabric from Japan that I'm going to use that I think will really tie everything together. No pun intended. I'm going to somehow figure out a slime pattern kind of all around it. So it's like I'm dripping slime everywhere. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate it, but I am excited to see what future me will figure out. With that being said, let's get our pattern cut out for the obi. With the obi, it's a continuous 12 feet of fabric. It may seem a bit long, but I like to use the extra length to create designs on the back once it's been tied. When it comes to a slime pattern and all its intricate curves, you would think I learned my lesson from a previous sewing project where I made an ectoplasm dress. But maybe that's why we do these things, is to make mistakes and learn from them. This time around, instead of machine sewing all the curves, I'm going to hand sew all 12 feet of the slime pattern to my obi and hope that my fingers don't fall off before my patience. Now, I would say that I am completely devastated, but maybe I'm a masochist. The slime pattern is top stitched, then glued in place with a fabric-friendly adhesive as I sew the trim. The trim was a bit of an indecisive thing, so things may appear a bit out of order, but the result is still the fabulous same. The front of my obi is practically done and it's already looking so stunning, and the slime pattern is everything I've dreamed of and more, and I'm just so excited to put everything together to show you. But first we do have to figure out a backing for the obi. Now, I did go back and forth and I could repeat the pattern on the back so that the back is the same as the front, but that would require me to hand sew 12 more feet of trim, and I'm not too excited, much to your dismay, to hand sew 24 feet of anything. So that is out of the picture. But I do have this very pretty pink satin fabric in my fabric stash, and I think it'll go really well with the green and just offer some new texture, and it'll make this obi reversible so that I have new colorways to enjoy in the future. Let's go ahead and get our obi done, and I will be right back. Another component and finale of my kimono ensemble is the obijime. Now, an obijime is just a decorative cord used to secure your obi, further securing everything else. And I know there's so many layers, but I promise it's going to be worth it. I have a pretty good collection of obijime in all kinds of designs and colors, but I figured maybe this time around I would make my own. Nothing too extravagant. I'm just going to do a bit of dyeing of some twill tape ribbon. Obijime can come in many different designs, some braided, some a simple string, and many colors. Using twill ribbon, I'm cutting the length about 4 feet and using fabric dye to create an ombre of yellow and green. With my obijime done, I can add an optional piece of jewelry called an obidome. Obidome are brooches or clips that you can add to your obijime for some extra glamour and personality. Now, I have a very lovely collection of brooches and pins that I hope to show you all one day, but my newest addition is this beautiful bat pin from my darling Christina from Velvet Apparition. When I saw this pin, even before I knew I was going to do this project, I had to incorporate it. And she conjures up the most ghoulishly glamorous things, and I just love it. It really made my entire ensemble. It is just so beautiful. Thank you so much, Christina. With that being said, let's go ahead and take some glamour shots.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us this episode. I can't wait to see Beetlejuice.
What the heck is Beetlejuice?
You've never seen it? It's the ghost with the most.
I'm the ghost with the most. You're looking at him.
I have to show you. Bobby and I are gonna go watch Beetlejuice. We're gonna see you guys next in October. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna have many episodes just in time for Halloween. Bye.
Bye.